Fleisher left us in 1959. He left this Vale of Tears, but he left us with an endowment of $100,000. The income from that we use to pay copyists to copy things. We purchase replacement materials and we pay a lease on our copier and all that stuff out of this endowment. We also collect handling charges, and that kind of goes into the pot, so we work things around. But the mission of the Fleisher Collection is to get orchestral music out there that would not otherwise be out there. I mean, we'll lend Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Sure, we got Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. We got 2 or 3 editions of it. But, you know, the really cool stuff is when we can get stuff out there that would not have otherwise been played. So you got, you know, like the George Antheil, the Charvenka, the Dudley Buck. You know, this is the cool stuff. It wouldn't be done otherwise. The Women's Philharmonic went under a few years ago. We have their performance library because it was just going to be dispersed or thrown out or something like that. So we got a lot of women composer pieces. The Fanny Mendelssohn Overture that's listed on the back page we got from the Women's Philharmonic. So, other questions? I can't possibly have answered every question. Yeah.
Well, I just know a couple weeks ago, not having this wonderful document in front of me, I guess I must have hit catalog when I was looking for something.
And what did I say?
And in fact, when I started seeing them, it was like all the recordings. I guess that the library itself must own. I mean, I guess that just takes you to their general catalog or something?
Well, any of this will take you to the general catalog, but it's the Aqua browser is, they get the idea that people want to be, it's kind of the Googleization of the library catalog. Because the great thing about Google is that you find stuff fast. The bad thing about Google is you get 3 million hits, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you really want to find something specific, and it's a difficult, it's a very specialized thing, Google is not often the quickest way. I mean, it can be if you can really narrow it down, but the Aqua browser is just a way to say, you know, I need to do a paper on Ben Franklin. So you go to Aqua browser, you hit Ben Franklin, and you get all this stuff. Ben Franklin and French bread, right? Ben Franklin and Boston. Ben Franklin and Typesetter. Ben Franklin and Poor Richard's Almanac. You know, so you get all these ideas, which is kind of like what Google does. You just get all these pages and pages and pages of hits. But for the Fleisher Collection, for the rare book department, you know, for a special collection, it's not really going to be of too much help unless you really know exactly what you're. It's like how you know the kids, you know, how do I spell artichoke? Look it up in the dictionary. How can I look it up in the dictionary if I don't know how to spell? You know, so I know how to spell artichoke. I just wanted you to know that. You guys have been much too polite. I thought you were going to ask me a question that I didn't know the answer to, but I may have slipped out of here unscathed. Anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any cross-reference to recordings of what you have in the library?
We have in our catalog, we include, when we have recordings, that is the Fleisher Collection has recordings. And we don't go out of our way to collect recordings, but we sometimes get them. And when they stay in the Fleisher Collection, that is in our catalog information, so that will be in there also. There's not really a cross-reference within the bib record to, if like the Horatio Parker Organ Concerto, from the Fleisher bib record, there won't be a cross-reference to the music department recording. But you'd get 2 hits.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. I was
That's
just
your
wondering
question.
if there was a reference to whether a piece has been recorded or not, in any sort, whether you have it or not in your collection.
No, not comprehensive,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Oh, if we know about it and we have it, then yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But that would be a nice thing. I'll tell you my grand dream about this e-commerce system. And you think about it and tell me what you think, because I haven't worked all this out yet. But we're going to have all this stuff in the Fleisher Collection, right? You can search any which way. Wouldn't it be neat to talk to the publishers, all the publishers, and if there are publishers in the room now, I don't know, we had some at the last. Give us your catalogs. We don't want your music, just give us your catalog information. We'll put it in our catalog, and we will filter it down to the individual instrumentation and all that, because we've written the code already. And we'll put your stuff in with our catalog. So when people want to find the Bartok Concerto for Orchestra, they'll get Boozy right there. It'll be a union catalog. And wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
You know, if the technology is there already, why not? You know, and a link to Boozy, to their website. You know, they'd make money. You guys don't have to go to one place. And you know, to me, the technology is there. Whether that will happen, I don't know. I think why not? So I'll spread the word. Any other questions? Well, thank you. You've been marvelous. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you.